everybody, this is Rob for R&B Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing Continental Divide starring John Belushi. Belushi plays a Chicago investigative reporter who is asked to go all the way out into the wilderness to cover a story about a bald eagle activist played by Blair Brown, and the character's name is Nell Porter. And when Belushi arrives, yeah, the two don't really quite like each other very much. Nell Porter thinks that all newspaper reporters are parasites that just suck the accomplishments out of other people, and whenever she reads a newspaper, she thinks they produce nothing but negative, sick stories. And Belushi's character doesn't like the wilderness at all either, especially when he's running low on the liquor that he brought with him and running low on cigarettes. So Continental Divide was a romantic comedy that John Belushi made before his untimely death in March of 1982. It came out in 1981. It was, I believe, the only romantic comedy that he made, and surprisingly enough, I think he did really, really well with this part. You know, whenever people think of John Belushi, they think of his wild, crazy Saturday Night Live characters or the Blues Brothers or Animal House. But here, he shows that he can be funny just by being subtle and not being too over the top. And I like that we got to see a chance of him doing that before he unfortunately passed away. And the weird thing I thought about this movie was I thought John Belushi made a good Chicago reporter, Ernie Suchek, and Blair Brown made a good animal activist living out in the wilderness. But I thought when they were together, I really didn't see much of a chemistry between these two. And then weirdly enough, when we got to the last third of the movie, finally I saw some sort of connection, but that I was hoping I could see more early on in the movie. The beginning is kind of a little slow, but by the time we get to the middle, I think it really picked up because we got to know both of the characters' lifestyles and all that. And weird thing enough, I thought the investigative reporter scenes that Belushi has in the beginning of the film were very good and very exciting, and I would love to have seen a whole movie with John Belushi playing a reporter and him uncovering corrupt things going around in the Chicago's government. So it's the Continental Divide's like pretty much a formulaic rom-com. You pretty much know what's going to happen at the end, but I thought it would make a nice rental, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed seeing John Belushi being able to do something else while he was here. I remember after I saw this movie and I told my parents I was going to go and review this movie, they were split, just like people were when this movie came out. My dad thought it was good, but my mom hated it and she didn't like the ending. And weirdly enough, when this movie came out in theaters, a lot of John Belushi's fans were not exactly happy with it because he wasn't playing his Bluto or Jake Blues style or his Saturday Night Live characters where he's going over the top and doing some crazy funny stuff. And I think as a result it didn't quite do as well as his other films, but again, I liked that he got to do something different and showed that he could do more. And who knows what direction he would have taken if he hadn't have passed away in 1982, whether he would have gone on to do something like this or not. So Continental Divide, I think, is a very nice romantic comedy. Sure, it can be a bit formulaic, but I thought it was a very nice watch. It is a bit of a deliberate paced film, but I thought it was very entertaining, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys check it out. It's available on DVD, and I think it would make a nice look. And if you're a John Belushi fan and you're familiar with like Blues Brothers and Animal House and his Saturday Night Live work, if you have never seen Continental Divide, I say give it a try. I think it is worth it. Okay, guys. Go ahead and leave your comments. If you have seen Continental Divide, tell me what you thought. And if you want to leave a comments about the video itself, you can do that too. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, everybody. We'll see you later.